What's going on, New Gaming Order? If you're just joining us on YouTube, check out our first two segments, talking about the Xbox One S, Lost Soul aside, and our responses and reaction. The Xbox One S discussion was pretty interesting. You know, it's kind of polar, where, you know, some folks agree with it, others don't. But, you know, whatever your stand is on it, make sure you weigh in on that. Now, starting off with the first PSA, pop culture news. Breaking news, Transformers The Last Night. Obviously, Optimus Prime at the end of the last movie was flying off into space to face the creators.
Oh,
so,
man.
With that, it looks like they're going to be on Earth at some point because Mark Wahlberg will be reprising his role. But the reason why I'm bringing up Transformers is because Hot Rod has been announced to be in this movie. Now, it has been met with mixed reaction because he looks like he was inspired by Bumblebee, and he's supposed to be Bumblebee's, you know, right-hand man type. Oh shit! Y'all can still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I was kind of scared. Like, what's going on? Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, Hot Rod is not as red as I'd like him to be, you know, but he's supposed to be the new Lamborghini that popped up, and I don't know. I'm looking at him. He doesn't do it for me. I just wanted to know what everybody's thought about, you know, the Hot Rod look. In no particular order because this is PSA and we're trying to save on time. But, you know, staff, what are your thoughts on this look that Michael Bay has come up with?
I hope the movie don't suck. Well, it will. And I want to see the creators. Because his eyes are purple. And I'm like, uh-oh, I'm scared now.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, mainly on Hot Rod, like, his look, like, you know, what are your thoughts on it? Like, he looks more black than anything.
Well, I mean, have we seen the transform state of him? Cause
well, they did show the Lamborghini that he's inspired from. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather have his traditional face.
Well, are they completely done with the movie yet, or still in production right now?
I can't say because I wasn't able to do the research. I think they're just leaking some stuff right now. They're also saying there's another original that's gonna be leaked in the next couple of weeks, but like right now, Hot Rod was the first. But you were saying?
I thought they made back the aerial bots. I missed them.
Well, I mean, there's so many Transformers. I doubt that with the movie format that they can get them all in there, unless they do it like Avengers or something. First thing, different teams, and bring them together to fight Unicron at the end, type deal. That's my idea, but you know, but just in general, Hot Rod just looks. You know what? It kind of gives me that feel that when I saw Starscream, I'm just like, what the hell is this?
I'm glad they made Starscream a damn raptor. Loved it.
He was like a bird or something. Like
he was a F-22 raptor. Loved it. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
my favorite Decepticon. Yes.
But I was like, all right, well, but anybody, you know, have any feedback on what Bumblebee is supposed, you know, Autobot state?
Is he gonna talk now? I mean, you know, just so that.
Well, no, that's Bumblebee, and because of the mouth guard that you see on him, makes me wonder if he's gonna be like that. But Bumblebee had his vocal cords damaged in a battle. That's why he was talking through the radio.
Still, though, I mean, how many years this man has core damage and he ain't be able to not do?
Well, he did speak in one of the. I think at the end
he spoke a couple of times, but I'm like, all right, dude, you need to start like talking like everybody else.
Yeah, Ratchet temporarily fixed him, but then you saw what they did to Ratchet. They freaking butchered him like fucking animals.
I'm still sad because Ironhide died. Oh.
Yeah, but without straying too far, anybody want to weigh in before, you know, we pick the next PSA?
I think his colors just need to be inverted.
Inverted, I agree.
Needs to be red, whatever's red needs to be black.
I agree.
And it'll be fine in my book.
Well, he needs some yellow in there because this doesn't. Hot Rod, his colors in the movies, the Transformer movie, exude heat. This doesn't remind me of heat or fire at all. You know, so that kind of they might have to go back to the drawing board on this, or do like what they did with Bumblebee. Like Bumblebee scanned another item or another vehicle and turned into that.
Yeah.
So, you know, that remains to be seen. But that's the first PSA. Now I see Zelda Metroid DLC from Monster Hunter Generations. That was provided by T-Rex, correct?
Yes, and to be brief on that, anybody that has the game, just boot it up. It's free. This is the one time.
Didn't they put Strider Hooray you in that game?
Yes, he's going to be in there soon, but he's not there yet. The way they do this, they put free DLC out at the end of the month for like
characters that were added to the rotation. I do want to play Overwatch, but there's too many games that I don't have enough time to get. With that being said, anybody here has played Overwatch yet?
I played it. I don't want to speak my 2 cents on it because a lot of people are already over obsessed with the fact that the game is out and they think it's an original IP when it's not. So I won't say my thoughts on it.
No, I mean, you know, it's open forum. You shouldn't feel like
again, it's like I'm very like iffy about Overwatch because you're basically like literally copy and pasting what's been done with Team Fortress 2 and adding new fucking skins and only having like 2 to 3 game option modes for you to play the game. But then everyone that I speak to is like, nah, man, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. It's a whole other game. It's crazy. It just feels better. I'm like, no, you're going with the hype.
It's the ideas of Team Fortress mixed with the way Street Fighter V works. No sort of content whatsoever. It's all being thrown out in meal pieces, and
it's being trickled out pretty much.
Yeah, it's not much there. You just play the 2 or 3 couple of modes that's there.
Right, but
you get a costume every so often. You get a character every so often. That's it.
Right, but the thing what I'm trying to argue is the fact that people think that this has never been done before. People think that this is the first ever kind of game that's done this play style.
Even if you don't go to Team Fortress, there's still games like Battlefield that use classes, and this is just the idea of classes upgraded into characters.
Yeah, they try to give personality to them, so to speak.
So I don't mind it, but I just don't want a company such as like Blizzard, which is a phenomenal company that does great games for PC especially. I just don't want them to get full of themselves like, oh yeah, you know, we made this original IP when you did not. And you just basically took something that was already structurized and wasn't getting much popularity, so you try to like...
They capitalize.
Yeah, they try to capitalize and make it like 2016-ish where everyone has a optional of picking a certain character that they may like. If they like Western games, anime kind of games, MMO kind of games, like you have like your finesse of a character to pick out from. And I don't know, I'm just not with that whole hype shit. Like that's a waste of time. Just like with Evolve back then, that game was overhyped, that shit was a bust, and now it's free. So.
What game? Oh, Evolve.
Yeah. So again, people is throwing money like crazy at this with the microtransactions and the loot crating.
Cool. Also, on your knees, just put something in the Discord. Luigi and Ireland.
Yeah, that's Team Ireland. Team Ireland entering the stage at Rio.
Oh wow.
They all look like Luigi.
I know, right? I just found that.
Oh, Nelson, you have to put that on the stream. That looks, it looks freaking okay. You remember that Super Mario 3 commercial when they were, back in the day? You had all those people dressed in different colors, and when you saw the camera pan to the earth, you see Mario's face. That kind of made me think of that.
How come Team USA they dress up like Mario?
Well, they're not Mario colors.
Luigi!
I'm just saying. All right. Oh, another quick PSA that we were kind of talking about on the director's cut. Platinum Games talks about the sequel to Bayonetta, possible Bayonetta 3.
Do it.
But it's gonna be Nintendo exclusive. It looks like that.
Do it.
If nobody's going to fit the bill, then let Nintendo do it.
Well, it's not about the fact that no one can't fit the bill. It's that Nintendo bought the exclusivity of Platinum. Like, they bought out the company. It's Nintendo, period.
No, Platinum Games?
Yes,
Yep.
Platinum Games is bought by Nintendo. They will not be getting unreleased unless if Nintendo feels like that company is a waste of time.
No, they bought the. I believe they bought the
sure
rights.
about that?
No, because listen, hold on. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, trying to forget. I'm forgetting the name of the Dragon game. Scalebound. That's Platinum Games. They're there for hire. There's a studio.
I don't know.
I believe what they did was they purchased. They put the funding in for Bayonetta 2 so they can be created, and because of that, they have to make it a Nintendo exclusive. Right. If another company were to come in and foot the bill, then that's something else. But Platinum Games can't make it on their own. That's what's happened. Like, Scalebound is a Platinum Games title.
But again, it's like just like what Sony's doing with Capcom. Capcom isn't able to stand on its own 2 fucking feet, but it's selling other games on different consoles because of the backup of Sony. If it wasn't for Nintendo,
but Sony did buy out Capcom.
Correct.
No, wait. Sony put in for Street Fighter V because Capcom, according to their financial forecast, would not have been able to do Street Fighter V on their own until 2020.
Right,
and and it would have been too large of a gap. But then again, they could have allowed Street Fighter 4 to continue to rock. You know what I mean? But they are stuck on that Pro Tour thing, and they needed a new, fresh game to keep the money coming.
But let me ask you a question then. How come Monster Hunter got released through Capcom then, with the shitty little money? $. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
So again, Sony is backing them up and on a different platform. That's just how business is gonna go. It's just same thing with Nintendo and this whole Platinum Games shit. But in a sense, they are, because they're doing
not
the
for
Sony
this
model.
game. For the
I'm on the Platinum Games Wikipedia. There's no mention of all their games being exclusive, just Bayonetta 2.
No, I mean I understand that, but I'm saying it's like
what I think.
What I'm trying to say is that Platinum Games is not able to stride on its own without it being picked up by like a corporation giant such as Nintendo or whoever. They won't be able to fund for their games. Monster Hunter that came out for the Wii U and for the Vita and stuff like that would have ceased to exist.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a shame.
Nintendo.
That's a shame that it's come to that, because now you're gonna have like fractured communities where folks who used to get things multi-console won't get that anymore. And I've come to accept that, hey, companies they need the lifeline in order to make things happen, and it's unfortunate. Things have definitely changed from the Saturn era, the PlayStation era, Dreamcast, where you saw things everybody had access to, but the companies are drowning. And somebody, and the same person that I had the little scuffle with on Tyrone Magnus's page, it was pretty much, he's like, well, Sony did this and that, I'll save Capcom. You know what? Capcom did this to themselves. Right. So Sony just did the vulture thing, and they came in and did their thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's pretty much what it
so
was.
if anything, if Capcom wasn't so freaking stupid, they wouldn't like have certain folks like heated at them for doing what they did.
Right,
I believe.
You say this as they released Umbrella Chronicles recently.
Let's say again.
You say this as they recently released Umbrella Chronicles, which
What?
is just poor.
Umbrella Chronicles, yeah.
Yeah, Umbrella Chronicles
You just
did
said
very
they
bad
gotta
in
stop doing
sales.
stuff that's so stupid. And
I don't
then
know what they
released
doing
that.
They Umbrella games,
But
man.
again, the reason for them releasing the game is because they're still being funded by Sony. They can really do whatever they want without no fuck ups now. Like if they have a bad game that was put out and they sold it and it does shitty, it doesn't matter. They can laugh at it now because they're backed up.
Yeah, no matter what happened, they're back. They have a cushion.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, but you know what? Yeah, I remember there was that time where Guilty Gear. I knew, it's only gonna come out on PlayStation because it wasn't like a mass thing, and as long as like Street Fighter or certain titles like other folks, like there was some you just expected it, but not like that. But we're in that new era. But that's another topic for another day. But lastly, Ed Boon fans, or what's next in his Mortal Kombat Twitter poll. So that was provided by T-Risk. You want to shed some light on that?
Right. So he's giving you some options here. Look, people, if you really want that PC port, now's the time to talk about it. It's at 48%, but I forgot what option is at 41%.
But it's kind of late though, isn't it?
Talking about adding more to the game regardless. So people,
who else he gonna add to this game? They should have added Baraka. They should have added Rain.
There's some characters that should
already
have come out.
Forget about that for now. Let them
Alright.
work on Injustice and let them work on this PC port and make it actually good.
Mm-hmm.
Because who is it? Not Livewire, like Hotwire or something like that. Whatever it was, they screwed up really badly on that port, and people are pissed. And people have been talking about this port to fix it for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys really want to get that port out there, come out in droves and vote on this.
All right. I want to actually read one of the comments, or shout out to Evo Hayato from Shoryuken.com. That his comment. Use the new PC user base to sell Injustice 2 and possibly make it for PC. There's no reason it shouldn't be doing this. WB only sees money, signs, and that's all they care about. Okay, well that's one, but again, I believe in general never neglect the PC market, because if something is like a console exclusive but also on a PC, the folks from the other side of the house or the opposing get it for PC. So you're still gonna make the decent sales. So Warner Brothers and their own, get it together. That neglect for the PC port was not cool at all.
It shouldn't even be a question. It shouldn't
Yeah.
even be an option on there. It should get fixed.
Yeah, fighting games aren't so demanding that they have to get like this boosted PC or something and go through like crazy optimizations and such. But if they do it right, they should be good to go. But for the sake of time, on your knees, do you have any PSAs you want to chat on?
No.
He pulled a
There's
bumblebee
two
on me.
other PSAs you want me to mention?
Well, yeah. Hold on.
Right.
What was that?
It was the rival schools thing, and it was also about the VG Bootcamp channel
Update.
getting fixed.
Yeah, he got his videos back. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Nelson had done a podcast that one, but if I was on it, I can't remember.
He
But
was out for it.
He was.
And the
Because that was
update-
last week.
The update was not the fact that his videos are back. His videos was never lost to begin with. All what had happened was that he worked alongside with YouTube, and they was able. I was actually talking to Alex about this offline. They was able to roll back, like as if they did a little time machine lap, and get back the old numbers and the titles that was docked on the YouTube server, and they basically put it there as if nothing ever happened. So with that being said, for anyone who has an issue with their channel, if you're a YouTube partner or just starting out and accidentally shit happen like that, YouTube should be able to help you. I hope this is not a thing where they only cater to big name people, because if they do, YouTube, you're very fucked up. Like that, I would not tolerate that if our channel of 2,000 plus videos just see about it.
Yeah. That's kind of a scary thought. Like, okay.
But besides that, T-Risk was mentioning something about
Rival schools.
Right. So I'll keep this very brief as well. Soon I could get his name right. Hideki Itsuno. He is going on Twitter right now, telling people if you want the game to be revived, to come up with a sequel, to tweet him with your support of hashtag Rival Schools 3. He also mentions that the story is going to stay pretty much the same if you would do it, because the main characters have not finished high school yet. They're in their third year, I believe. So he would cast along with new characters probably. So if you want Rival Schools and you have a Twitter account, show the support, show the love. Hashtag Rival Schools 3. Go do it.
But here's the thing.
thing.
The thing is with that too, don't see a potential for their return. They're not gonna back.
Tried to do with Darkstalkers, where they just threw out Darkstalkers Revolution without even an idea of making a new Darkstalkers out there.
I thought about that a while ago. I was like,
Because
why would they?
They did the same thing when Street Fighter 4 was coming out, and they brought out the Super Street Fighter 2 HD edition. But you already knew that a new Street Fighter 4 was coming out.
Yeah.
They did completely wrong. Instead, they tried to use Darkstalkers Revolution or...
Oh, you mean that the freaking Resurrection game?
Resurrection.
Now, here's the thing with that. That was a bad move, because when you use like people like Iron Galaxy or like those to backport stuff and bring it to see if there's a a group for it, that's not the way to do it. Doing a guest character, like bringing Morgan or Dimitri into a game and seeing if people like, oh yeah, you can use them only in versus mode or something like that, right? And see that way to kind of test the waters. Then, but to do a flat out game, a dated game, that's some kids that never played it before, like, what the heck is this?
And they especially did that when everybody knows that GGPO was a thing. You could just use that to play online.
Well, true. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Negative Creep. Left a comment in the chat. I can't look at it at the moment. When it comes to a bad game, are you more of a humanist or centrist? They shoot to kill, while the humanists bring his prey back alive and eventually releases him again. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how that pulls into the time. Omega Sonic 45 for checking this out live. These folks are just coming in late. We're about to wrap up, but Going back to that Darkstalkers thing, I believe, like, look at what Killer Instinct is doing. You see guest characters in, like, for instance, Battletoads, right? You have Rash in there. I'm pretty sure a Battletoads game will be coming at some point because a lot of people use him in
Yeah.
Eventually, but they said they were going to, and they did.
Mm-hmm. But you see, if you want to test to see if a popularity of something is still valid or still worth something, a guest character would have been smart. And to bring Morgan or Dimitri or even Donovan into like Street Fighter 4 Ultra, I think that would have been no as a guest character. But oh yeah, John Tobin, like somebody who can
I could see them in like Killer Instinct. But then again, you already got a wolf in their character number, so that wouldn't fit. But
well, you see the difference between those wolves and the human form.
You're right.
You know, so
if
he
just made the characters in their disguised human states, like you may see them in the intros or in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They had modes where they looked human as much as possible and still retain their abilities, so they could easily do that for Street Fighter.
Well, yeah, but you know what, T-Risk, we got to do a show talking about that because, you know, now you also look into the Asura's Wrath world, which is also in the Street Fighter universe. You know what I mean? But you have to play the game and play the ending to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because Captain Commando is considered that as well, because that's the future of Final Fight, and Final Fight is considered the Street Fighter universe.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. You see that I didn't know. That's good food for thought. But Nelson, anything you want to add before we wrap up?
I was looking at something to put on. I'm trying to see if I can remember what the hell I just saw.
Okay.
Just give me a little bit.
But if you have something you want to wrap up, because I have to check out. But if you, since you're steering the ship. If you want to do the wrap up and stuff, I have.
The only thing, I'm about to close it right now, but the only thing I would like to add is you are getting it as backwards compatibility for the Xbox One. So if you
actually want to play that,
if you actually want to play on a Microsoft console, now it's your time to get the game. It's a really good.
You know what? Here's the thing, if they're doing Blue Dragon, that makes me think that something in that franchise may be resurfacing, because all that backwards compatibility stuff, with the way I understand it, it can be packaged to all games, but it's the licensing.
It's a licensing issue.
It's licensing, and I believe they use it as a strategy to promote something else. Red Dead 2 is coming out. Red Dead Redemption freaking got put on the backwards compatibility. So you see how Microsoft is working that. Kind of interesting, but that's all I got for PS.
You can do your sign off and we'll stop.
All right, New Gaming Order. I want to give a special shout out to those checking us out in the chat. To Megasonic, T-Risk for being on staff, Negative Creep, to On Your Knees, Shin Takuma, and my partner in crime, Nelson. Takuma, do you have the positive note of the week?
Yeah, when you're in doubt, do yourself a favor and
We didn't hear that.
Oh, when you're in doubt and you're worried about everything, do your best to get rid of all distractions and focus on what God has in store for you. That's all I got.
All right, cool. All right, and with that, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com for the latest and greatest. Or we'll hit you with the Ultra Combo Finish, Head Crush, and a Pimp Smash. Sub to our channel. We're like making major waves, and we exceeded the 2,000 sub goal that I had set out for us by the end of the year. We're like well above that. Like we're probably gonna hit like 2,500 subs if we just keep it consistent. But we thank you guys very much for supporting. I want to thank Nelson for hosting while my computer's on the fritz at the moment. And with that, Nelson, any final words before we are out of here?
As I said earlier in the beginning of this podcast, don't download Windows 10 Anniversary Collection. Come out for that particular thing. If you accidentally got it, just roll back on your system restore or just uninstall the applied update, because it has a few bugs and glitches, and it forces some hidden things that you would have to seek out that will open up to allowing Microsoft and Google to have some information that you don't want.
Yeah, I'm about to do that right now.
Just be very weary. I was up from when I did the Friday Night Fights with Alex. I didn't go to sleep last night. I barely slept for an hour trying to fix all the damage control just to get the stream up. So it really fucks up your shit.
Alright, cool. Alright, so New Gaming Order. We will see you guys. Well, I won't see you guys for like almost 3 weeks, but you'll see. I'll be watching from my phone or whatever computer on the ship that I'll be on. So thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next time. Peace.